What is up, everybody? It's time for some Karametra Hive Queen. Hope you're ready. We've got a little insect tribal, well, kind of light tribal, insect tribal, but it's insect good stuff. We're playing Karametra, so let's see what we're playing against, though. Opponent's left with the tough choice of deciding if he wants to go first or not. I know it's always a rough one, but I believe in our opponent. I think. Oh, there we go. All right. So I'm playing against High Arcanist. Okay. So as far as opening hand goes, we got Selesnya Sanctuary, Forest, Explosive Vegetation, Swarm Yard. Yeah, I'm okay with that. We got a little tooth and nail action. Yeah, we'll keep. And we got Thornscape Familiar to make Karametra cost a little bit less. Yeah, I like this. So we're playing against High Arcanist. So it's Vigilant Suspend for 4. Untap, target attacking creature, prevent all combat damage that will be dealt by this creature this turn. Okay. Might be getting a little bit of Pillow Fort action, possibly. But yeah, we're up for the challenge here with Karametra Hive Queen. Waiting on our opponent right now. I'm not entirely sure what he's got going on. There he goes. Oh, Leyline of Anticipation. You may cast spells as though they had flash. Alright, let's get this game started then. Got some Leyline action. Okay, so let's get down. Don't want to get down to the Sanctuary. Let's get down Forest and then pass the turn. So we'll probably go ahead and get down Thornscape next. Well, not next turn because we'll play this Sanctuary. But we'll get into some Thornscape Familiar action. Oh, let's cover what our Karametra does. Karametra Indestructible, Devotion 7. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may search your library for a Forest or Plains card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. So, there we go. Let's get this Selesnya Sanctuary going, and then we'll pass the turn. Yeah, nothing we're going to do for once. We'll play this, bounce the Forest back to our hand. There we go. Also, on a side note, guys, if you want your very own all-natural honey, made by Karametra's insects, head over to MTGOTraders.com. That's where she sells it. It's like a nice little farmer's market you'd go to on the weekend. You know, I don't know how good the honey tastes, but we sell out a lot over there, so give it a shot. You might like it. Put it on some toast. Or you can just eat it straight out of the bottle. I don't know. Whatever makes you happy. However you eat your honey. We're going to get down Forest next turn and get down Thornscape. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we can get down Karametra the following turn. And I'm not really sure what our opponent's doing. It's in our main phase. Maybe he's thinking about getting something down. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I was about to pause the video. I wasn't sure if our opponent went away from the computer or what, but so let's go ahead and get down Thornscape Familiar. So I'll make Karametra cost 1 less. We can get down Forest. Actually, let's go and get down Swarm Yard. In case he has some type of destruction spell, who knows? We can still regenerate it with Swarm Yard, so maybe he wants to Pongify that Thornscape. Turn it into a monkey. Well, hold up. We've got a Swarm Yard over here to protect it. But no, this is Karametra Hive Queen. This is, if you're unfamiliar with the deck, we yeah, we got a bunch of insects in here. We have Tooth and Nail. We have Crater Hoof. We have the new Decimator of Provinces from the Eldritch Moon. So a lot of fun stuff in here. Oh, we got a little baby Jace. Well, not baby Jace, but 3-mana Jace. Each player draws a card. I can get behind that. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 4. We have 3 creatures in our hand that we can ramp with Karametra. Let's get down Forest. Now what we can do is Explosive Vegetate right now. Get a little head on lands, and then get down Karametra, start ramping into some of those creatures. Yeah, let's swing in for 2 first, though. Yeah, we'll come at Jace. Oops. Coming in hot at Jace, baby Jace, knocking down to 3. Thornscape Familiar hitting him with that horn over there. Good job, buddy. Yeah, and I think I may, well, since he's tapped out, yeah, let's go ahead and get down Karametra. I like getting that. That way we can start casting some creatures and ramping that way. And if we want to, we can still Explosive Vegetation after that. Yeah, I like having Karametra on the battlefield because I'd like to get down Oracle next turn. That way we can see the top card of our library played if it's a land. And then we can get into some Phantom, Natuko. Well, it's got Natuko Monastery. I'd love to turn on Threshold for that. Turns into a 4/4 green-white insect monk token. Heck yeah. I like monks and I like insects. I very much like that, the Natuko Monastery. You know, it doesn't go into a lot of commander decks, but it's definitely earned its spot here in this deck. But as far as some of the big insect creatures that we've got the giant. I can't remember the rest of his name, but once he has trample and he deals combat damage, you get a copy of him. We also have Ant Queen and Hornet Queen. So we got some fun options. So we can tooth the nail for some Ant Queen. I can't remember, it's Ant Queen or Hornet Queen. I think it's Hornet Queen that puts the 3/1 on the battlefield. So once we get enough mana, we can tooth the nail for a Crater Hoof and an Ant Queen and really have some fun. Okay, so he's activated Jace, so we get into that. So as far as next turn, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off the monastery or the forest. Actually, it's going to cost less from no white spells cost less, and we don't have any white creatures. So let's go and get down Oracle. That way, if we can play a land off the top. So we're going to search for one of our dual lands. Let's get into some. I think it's Savannah, and I always forget the original dual land names. I can remember the shock lands like the back of my hand. But we have the Karametra trigger on the stack, waiting for our opponent. I don't know if he wants to counter this spell. There he goes. Okay, so he's going to the cycle right there. We could have had a land and paid for that complicate if we had made the land drop for the turn, but I was hoping to maybe play the land off the top. Nope, can't do it. But we still get the Karametra trigger. I'm going to grab that. Yes, we would love to use that ability. Let's grab a, where is it? Savannah, yep, I was right. Comes into play tapped, and then we'll go ahead and get down Catacombs, so we can start working our way towards Threshold for the Natuko Monastery. And for all day, I will trade Jace for 2 for a card draw. I will take that all day. Now, since we have Tooth and Nail, and this looks like a really kind of like a more control-y type build, we're going to have to kind of hold back a little bit. I mean, not hold back, but probably looking at a counter spell on the Tooth and Nail, so may have to have a plan B. And then, yeah, pass the turn. So we'll crack that Catacombs next turn, and we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have 6. Make the land 7. So we could Tooth and Nail, but we actually need to get to 9 to entwine on that. So that's going to be the magic number as far as going to. So if he goes shields down for his commander, we'll definitely get into some Crater Hoof action with Tooth and Nail. Get into as much damage as we can. Oh, that's no fair, man. Baby Jace is only letting our opponent draw a card. Okay. So his commander costs 7. He's looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're looking at 6 on our opponent's side. Yeah, we may explosive vegetate next turn. Yeah, we can explosive vegetate, get into 2 lands, and put them onto the battlefield tapped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll probably do that route. That way, if he has any type of mana leak action for the Tooth and Nail, and we can start building towards that entwine cost. Fact or fiction? All right, buddy, let's go. Let's do this. Okay, so you range him into 2 piles. He gets to put one pile into his hand other than the graveyard. So we got Island Sanctuary. If you would draw a card during your draw step, instead may skip that draw. If you do, you can't be attacked by creatures with flying and or island walk. So that's going to be an issue for us. So let's put this down in the pile. And he'll get Stoneforge Mystic, Sleight of Hand, Return to Dust, Island. You know, we have to get into some enchantment removal to get rid of Island Sanctuary. And he can do that all day. If he gets into Stoneforge, Sleight of Hand, Return to Dust, he can exile Karametra with Return to Dust, so be it. I just don't really want to play around an Island Sanctuary all day, so I'm going to do it like that. You know, he gets a lot of value with his hand right here, but we do have Tooth and Nail to kind of outrace whatever he searches up with Stoneforge. Alright, so he does go for the Island Sanctuary. So it's going to crack this Verdant Catacombs. Let's get into some Temple Garden action. Put that into play tapped. Now we have a couple of them. We have disenchant and a few other artifact enchantment removal type stuff. It's just we have to draw into it now, which is kind of a bummer. Okay, so let's get down forest. We're at 3 for devotion. We get into stag beetle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 mana, so we can get into saber ants and then the phantom. Or we can go into explosive vegetate. Yeah, let's start building up our mana. Let's go for an explosive vegetation right now. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll get down phantom. So let's go. We're okay on plains right now, yeah. So we're just gonna go double forest. There we go. Let's get into some husk. Get to get into one more forest off of that. Okay, and actually, I want him to start plussing J, so I'm gonna coming in hot. So now we got a 20-turn clock with. If you're keeping score at home, we have a 20-turn clock with a Thornscape Familiar. So make sure you put that in the game log. Dropping it to 38 and pass the turn. All right, so we've got a nice amount of mana right now built up. Looking at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 mana. And hopefully he starts plussing his Jace so we can start drawing a card too. So we got 4, so I'll put us at 11 next turn. We can get down Stag Beetle. And well, we can go Saber Ants, then get down Stag Beetle. And did he skip his draw step? I don't think he did. I think he drew a card. So we're looking at getting 2 forests next turn. If we don't draw into anything good, because I want to build up as much mana as I can so we can get a tooth and nail and stick it down. Because we can also get into some... where's my deck list? I'm going to pull up my deck list real quick so we can get into some, possibly some Karametra, not Karametra, we've already got Karametra out. We can get into some, I think, Caustic Caterpillars. Yeah, with Caustic Caterpillar, we can get into Caustic Caterpillar with Tooth and Nail. And we can pay 2 and destroy the Island Sanctuary if we want to. Gets down to Gilded Lotus. And he did minus Jace for him to draw a card. And as far as threshold for the monastery, we're at 4-4. I mean, we're at 3 cards in the graveyard, so we need a few more in there. The cool thing with Phantom, Nantuko, is that you can, it enters the 2 battlefields, then you can remove a counter to, so you can declare a blocker, it gets dealt damage, take 1 away from it, and then you can add 1 to it in response. So you can basically have like a little fog insect approach to it. A little fog aspect to the Nantuko. Alright, so he's going to Detention Fear Karametra, so we'll be able to recast Karametra. Yeah, because we got 10 mana, so I'm looking at 7 on that one. I'm trying to figure out if he, during his turn, he got some Island Sanctuary in or not. Yeah, I didn't see if he drew that turn or not. So we could, he's tapped out, we could Tooth and Nail. Yeah, during your draw step. I'm trying to see if it says it in the chat log. And we'll go and get down Forest. It doesn't say that he used it, and I was talking when he did it, and so if he doesn't say anything, I may go and go for an Entwine. We've got 6. Yeah, we've got enough mana. So we can get down Hornet Queen. Let's do a little combat math. So we'll have 1, 2, 3 with Crater Hoof, 4 with the Ant Queen. Yeah, let's see real quick. So we've got Ant Queen. No, it's going to be Hornet Queen, that's what it is. So Hornet Queen is going to enter with 4 insects. Crater Hoof is going to give them all haste. No, Crater Hoof just has haste. Yeah, that's one thing. I forget that he doesn't give them all haste. He gives them all trample. So let's go for... So we get down Karametra. Let's see what we're looking at. We're looking at 6. That's right there. Tap for white. And then we can get into some or actually get into Saber Ants. Yeah, and then we'll see next turn if it says on the Island Sanctuary or not. And then we can also see if we can tack in this turn. So let's go and get down. Let's get down Saber Ants. Tap for 1 more. Let's grab a Forest off this Karametra trigger. Let's grab that Forest right there, put that into play. Okay, now so we got Saber Ants coming in hot. The chat didn't, the game log didn't say that he used Island of Sanctuary. I would think it would say something, so we should be able to swing in. Okay, so let's see if we can swing in. Yeah, we can go and swing in. Let's go and we're going to swing at Jace. Coming in hot at Jace, coming in at you. So we're going to take care of Jace. He gets dealt. He goes down to 36. And we do have Swarm Yard up to protect... we do have Swarm Yard to protect... to protect any of our insects. Now, as far as Tooth and Nail goes... Yeah, I would assume it's going to say that if he used it. So if we get down Stag Beetle, that's going to turn on Devotion for Karametra. And then we can also get into some Crater Hoof. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. One of Haste. Let's see what he's getting into. He's tapping for 4 mana. Yeah, we'll have 5 creatures. If we go for Karametra, if we go for Crater Hoof, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. That's 25 points of damage right there. Plus 2, 4, 6. 25 plus 6 plus 6 equals 37. Alright, so he kicks the Detention Spheres back to his hand. And he's going to go for another Detention Sphere. Which he does have Leyline of Anticipation, so he could do this during our turn, but he's doing it during his main phase. Oh, Spine of... Yeesh, okay. Come in, let's see what he... Well, Karametra's indestructible, see what he destroys. If he chooses a creature, we can regenerate it with Swarm Yard. Maybe he won't see that. Yeah, because Karametra's indestructible, and then whatever insect he chooses, we'll be able to... make it some indestructible action right there. And then we'll just go ahead and regenerate Saber Ants. There you go, buddy. As he takes out the Swarm Yard. Now he's tapped out as far as mana goes. Collective Blessing. Okay, so let's get down Forest. We've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if we get down Collective Blessing, we're looking at 6 coming across. Plus 9. It's going to be 15 with Collective Blessing, or we can get into some Tooth and Nail action. He is tapped out. It'll turn on Karametra, though, if we get down some action. We can get some, well... So if we go tooth and nail right now, we're going to grab Crater Roof. That's going to give trample, so that's we're looking at 12, and that's going to be 5 creatures coming in. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 6 plus 6. Yeah, 30. Should be able to close it out right now. So let's go for a tooth and nail. Hold on. So tooth and nail is going to cost 9. So we've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get Entwine. No, we can get down Stag Beetle and add to it. Yeah, because as we're looking at... no, excuse me, it's 9. Yeah, we won't have enough to do that. So we're going to tooth the nail with Entwine. Pay for 1 more. So we're going to go ahead and tooth the nail right now. Let's grab Crater Hoof. And actually, we can grab Decimator. It has haste, doesn't it? Yeah, so we'll grab Decimator and Crater Hoof. This is a nice little force action right here. And then we're going to put Crater Hoof and Decimator. It's going to turn on Karametra. Click Done. There we go. All right, they're all going to get... Oh, yeah, beautiful. BEA beautiful. So we're going to swing in hot now. Look at all those insects coming in hot. That should be enough right there. 24, negative 24. All right, guys. That's some nice little Crater Hoof. And we got Decimator, little baby Crater Hoof coming in hot, too. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.